Hello, lovelies. Come on in. Make yourselves feel nice and comfy with your cups of tea or your coffee with Carls. Inside joke for those of you who have been watching in the past. Hey, it's so good to see all of you. I see Kaylee. I see Liv09 underscore bro. Ryan's here. Carolyn's here. Kevin Cosley, hello. Kevin, part of our Gallivant family. Oh, it's so good to see you. Give your cutie pie. Here's the cutest dog. Looks like Milo, actually. Hello. Eric is here. Charlotte's here. Hello, love. Captain Swan Jones. I'm just going to do a whole bunch of shout outs. Karen Samantha 71. Rachel Harmon's here. Oh, 5LG Wright. One of my favourite families on social media. So good to see you lovelies here. I hope this finds all of you well. It's Wednesday. Gosh, guys, I think this is 21 or 22 weeks of quarantine. Whoo! We're still breathing. We're here. And we're still smiling. Welcome to my 20th chat session of Tea with Karen. The big 2-0. 20 is just crikey. It's flown by very quickly. And you guys have made this whole adventure of Tea with Karen's just so magical and wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in each week. It means so much. And it's so wonderful that we can have a laugh with each other, that we can have such meaningful conversations over a nice cup of tea with good friends and good company. For those of you who missed out on any of the Tea with Karen sessions, you can go to my website, www.teawithkaren.com, and you will see your gorgeous faces in the challenges section if you've entered any of the challenges. And all the tea sessions are uploaded on there. So it's a one-stop shop. Just go and click and you can catch up anytime you like. Speaking of challenges, I did give an extension because some people asked if they could have an extension. I know now a lot of people around the world, and for some of you in North America, you guys are all going back to work or you're going back to school. Some of you have started school virtually or uni. I'm sending you loads of good energy your way and so excited for this new chapter, albeit a bit different, but I just love that families are just coming together and working together. God bless all you parents out there who are really taking on quadruple duties and making sure that the little ones or the kids or the big kids are all keeping well. So big shout out for you and lots of love to all of you. I have a bunch of things. Do you have your workbooks with you? Because I'm just going to run down this list very quickly. Bentonville Film Festival has begun. It started on Monday, and thank you to all of you who have purchased tickets and have watched our short film in Hollywoodland. This is a short that I'm really, really proud of. It's such a inclusive, diverse cast and crew, and for supporting female filmmakers, which is what Bentonville Film Festival is truly all about and embraces. So we feel so honored to be part of this year's festival virtually. Tickets, you can purchase a $12 ticket. That's a single ticket, and that entitles you to a viewing and also our Q&A panels afterwards. So that runs until the 10th, and you can watch it at any time at your leisure. So I hope you guys, if you haven't seen it, I hope those of you who haven't seen it will tune in and tell me what you think. It was produced by Jessica Sharif and Yetide Badaki and myself. So we're very proud of it. Thank you for all the love, and thank you to our Indiegogo supporters who have just been so amazing throughout this journey. You guys made this possible, so congrats to you. We also have a few more exciting announcements to make, so that'll be coming up soon next week. So I'll keep you posted. Also, part of Bentonville Film Festival, I am going to be doing an Instagram live. Well, Yetide Badaki from American Gods is going to be doing an Instagram takeover of at the Cherry Picks. We love them so much and what their platform represents, supporting female filmmakers, inclusivity, diversity as well. So she's going to be doing an Instagram takeover with myself on Friday. So save the date. It's this Friday. I believe it's at 10 o'clock PST. I'm pretty sure it is. But I've posted it on my Instagram stories. So that's happening on Friday. But before that, lovely Kirsten Vangsness, who you guys might have seen in one of my earlier Tea with Karen sessions, I had a lovely chat with Kirsten on the whole cancellation culture. And she is going to be posting a clip tonight on her YouTube channel to give you a sneak preview. And that goes live tomorrow at 12 noon PST. So I hope you guys will subscribe to Kirsten's YouTube channel. She is just such a magical human being, as you guys all know. And I love her so much. And I always love chatting with her. So hope you guys will tune in for that tomorrow. Right, so that's good. Next, what's on the list, Karen? Why am I talking to myself? Don't mind me. Ready for a whole new world t-shirts. I am absolutely loving seeing all your photos. I know the deliveries are coming in. Please keep posting your pictures and tagging me, because you know how much I love seeing all of you in your beautiful shirts, being so inspiring and empowering. So send me those photos, because I am putting a collage together. So that's to come. And what else? Oh, yes, of course, I can't forget. Amplifying melanated voices. So each week, I am always looking on the gram for inspiring platforms from our Black brothers and sisters. And this week, I chose, because I really love what these platforms are about, at novel _T_. I may be a little biased because it did have tea in it. So, but I love what her platform's about. Spilling the tea on great novels. I just absolutely love her posts. Great suggestions on books to read. Her passion for literature. I can speak. Literature. Try saying that really quickly. Literature. There we go. Her passion for literature. Take 5. See, I'm giving you a blooper reel live right now. Her passion for literature makes me smile. It makes my heart smile. Oh my gosh, makes my heart smile so much. Whoo! Okay, we love her. Please give her a follow at novel _T_. The next one you might have seen, I've posted her videos of her TED Talks on my Instagram account. Her name is Lovey Ajayi Jones, and she's at Lovey, at LUVVIE. I posted a TED Talk about her talking about how embracing comfort can lead to change. And I just love the analogy she gives about dominoes. And I want to give this quote: to be the domino is to commit to doing the hard things and hoping you inspire others to do the same. That is one of Lovey's mantras. So beautiful, so empowering and inspiring. So give her a follow. She truly is a magical human being as well. Right. We made it. I made it. I can't wait to bring my favorite photo booth partner in crime on for a cup of tea. We all know him as our beloved Henry Mills on Once Upon a Time. And we've been on many adventures together in the convention route. I'm so happy that Jared Gilmore can join us for a cup of tea. So I'm going to bring Jared on. And you can follow Jared, if you aren't already, at The Real Jared Gilmore. Grab a cup of tea. It's
Hello there.
connecting.
I hope it's working. Hello
It's
there.
working.
How is everyone? It
Hi.
is fantastic to see you. Hello.
I've missed you so much. See, normally we would
I've missed
do.
you so much.
Oh no. I at least we have this, but I feel like
Yes.
it's our tradition. We have our tradition to do our
Our
hug
walking
walk.
hug.
Okay, so should we do it?
Yes.
Should I pretend I'm having a cup of tea? Because it's tradition.
Okay.
Okay.
Karen.
Oh my gosh. Jared. Jared.
This is Karen.
Oh my gosh, I missed you so
I
much.
miss you so
Oh, I'm
much.
so happy to see
I'm so happy to
you. Oh,
see
and now
you.
we're having a cup of tea, and it's going to be the most fun 1 hour together.
It shall be fantastic.
How are you, love?
I am fantastic. I'm wonderful.
Yeah, I
Yes.
heard you moved. You moved home?
I moved I moved out of my I moved out of the house, and then uh funny story, crazy adventures. Long story short, I moved in with my girlfriend Jessica, about a year, well, yeah, about a year ago now. And then I think about 2 months ago, a different apartment in our complex came open. It was a bit bigger and it was nicer, and we were just like, you know what? We're gonna move apartments in the middle of a pandemic. I
Wow.
think this is a great idea. So we are in our new place now, and it's fantastic and amazing and wonderful, and I'm loving it, and things have been fantastic. So
Oh, isn't that exciting though when you do move to your own abode? You know,
yes,
it's your new sanctuary that you can create and decorate as you please. It's a
yeah.
big thing leaving home.
It is definitely a big thing. Luckily, we're not too far away from Jessica's family. They live in the same apartment complex, so
Okay.
if we need anything, Jessica's family is around to help.
See, if that was
Um,
me, I would be over at my parents' house almost every day, then saying, "Mom, Dad, what have you got for dinner? What's
that
for
may or may not be us already. I'm sorry.
lunch?"
I'm sorry. We're joined by a cat as well.
Who's this?
This is Lily. Lily is one of Jessica and I's cats.
Oh, Lily. How many cats do you have?
We have two cats. Lily and Lily and Midnight.
Oh, Midnight's a great name.
Yes. So
Lily and
they're
Midnight.
joining me for our tea session, and
Well, I'm so happy
I
they're
have my
joining us for tea. You got your tea. What tea are you drinking?
I am drinking chamomile tea because it's the only tea I had on hand.
Well, chamomile's good. Just don't
Yeah,
fall asleep now.
yeah. I should try not to.
So how have you so you've been busy moving,
Yes.
minor detail, during a pandemic. But
Yes.
you're all settled in now.
We're all settled in now. There's some I wouldn't say complications, but some adventures with uh moving in that made it a little bit not frustrating but difficult. But all in all, things went fairly well. Um, there was the office or management of our apartment complex forgot to spray the apartment, but like bug spray the apartment before we moved in.
Right.
So we moved in, and we had a few creepy crawly friends
Oh,
to deal with, but all in all, it went rather smoothly, and it was a nice process. My parents came up and helped us move, which was super cool.
oh great.
Um, Other adventures since quarantine hit. I turned 20. Good times.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh, the big 2-0.
yeah,
Jared,
and
Twenty.
this is the 20th tea with Karen, and I'm 20 now, so you know
And see,
that's cool.
serendipitous.
Yeah, it's serendipitous. Jessica and I had our 1 year anniversary, so that is very cool and wonderful and fantastic. And
Happy
um,
anniversary.
Thank you. Things have been really, really, really fantastic. I have been streaming on Twitch. It is a streaming platform where you can play video games and people
And I was
watch.
going to ask you about that to tell us
Yeah.
more
So
about, because I know a lot of your fans want to know more about Twitch and if it's
yeah.
something that I know they can watch you, but can they participate? So there's loads of
Yeah.
coming in
Yes.
for that.
So so Twitch is a platform where you pretty much stream yourself playing video games or doing anything really. You can stream yourself just chatting for a while, which is actually on the agenda. I'm gonna do a sort of Q&A kind of stream soon, which is gonna be fun, where I'll answer anything and you can get to know me personally. But I stream on Twitch every night. I'm mostly playing video games and just chatting with everybody, talking to whoever, excuse me, talking to who's ever in chat. They can ask you questions. We can just hang out. They can get to know Jared, which is a lot of fun. Every Saturday, I do a community day where I kind of just spend the whole stream playing with the community. So if you have the time and you are a fan of Once Upon a Time or a fan of me or a fan of video games, you can join in and play with me, which is a lot of fun. I have a little Discord server that I chat with everybody on, and we have events, and it's a lot of fun. And for me, it's been my way of staying sane in the state of the world, and my way of giving back. Um, for me, it's like if I can stream and I can create a safe place for people to come to hang out, watch me just play video games, have a good time, and they can make friends, they can chat, they can feel like they're at home, that they don't have to worry about everything going on in the world, and they can just be in the safe, judgment-free area where it's just friends. It's just a whole bunch of people hanging out, chatting about things they love, no matter what it is, and it's wonderful. It's fantastic.
I think that just sounds like such a supportive and a very lovely community to be a
Yeah,
part of, you
it's
know?
it's been wonderful. It's really been wonderful, and it's always great seeing new faces. It's always great seeing new people, seeing new seeing the monsters and having them come support the stream. It's fantastic.
Yeah, because gaming and streaming is a big passion of yours.
Yeah.
Um, so with now, do you now? Because this is where I'm learning here now. You have an alter ego. Is that
Kind
I
kind
did
of kind
right?
of not.
I want to hear
So
more. And this is
okay,
stick,
so
right?
essentially I have this character. So my tag, my like my I guess my like username on Twitch is Nightingale Sticks, and Nightingale is like, I mean, it's a bird. Aside from that, it's a kind of like a title, and then Sticks is the actual character, and Sticks is this character that I made with Jessica, my girlfriend, and she did the art for him, and he's kind of just like me, but he has white hair and green eyes, and he is sort of an alter ego, sort of not an alter ego, but he's kind of just this nifty character that I can use for emotes and artwork and whatnot, and promotional material and whatnot. And so sometimes, if some people in chat refer me to as or call me Sticks, some people in chat call me Jared, some people in chat call me whatever they want to call me. Someone called me, I don't know, like Melon Lord, but that's besides the point. Like, it's just stuff like that. Like, you can call me. It's just a place where you can hang out and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
love. Oh, sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
and that's the best part about it. It's just me being myself and hanging out with people and getting to know the fans.
And I love the artwork that Jessica did. She's so talented. She has her own Instagram page where she
She does have
posts.
her. Yes, she does have her Instagram page, which she posts on. I'm sure there's people in chat. I have seen many familiar faces in chat already in the feed, so that is all wonderful and fantastic. They are down there hyping me up, which is always.
Where, where,
Um,
where can everyone follow Jessica? Because her artwork really, truly
uh,
is
Jess,
so special.
you can follow Jessica at Marudi_Scarlet on Instagram.
and we will post that afterwards too, so everyone knows. I know we have Emma and Charlotte and all that do these bullet point forms of our tea with Karen. So we'll make sure that her profile handler is up there because she's so talented. You know, I remember and I reminisce so much when I hear you talking about, you know, your first year anniversary, moving in
Yeah.
together for the first time, because you know Carl,
Yeah.
who who sends his love, by the way. He's in a recording session, otherwise he'd pop his head in. But he sends his love, but it got us chatting about, because I told him that we were doing tea today,
Mhm.
and I was saying, do you remember when we moved in together? And he rolled his eyes. He's like, oh yeah. I remember the first week when Carl and I first moved in together. It's trying to adapt to each other's isms, shall we say. And uh,
Isms.
yeah, like isms, things that he would do
Yeah.
that would, you know, some of them might particularly drive me up the wall, which I can mention, but we got over it. But it just reminded me that it was such an exciting time, and at the same time, that first week was just hell on earth for us because we were trying to adapt to how we both kind of live. So for Carl did this thing, and I can tell you all of you guys now because he laughs about it, and we're all family. Carl used to do this thing where he'd chew his gum, and then he'd put the gum, he'd roll it up in a little ball, and then he'd put it on the side table, the nightstand, on the bed. I'm like, oh hell no. No. That is not happening on any of my watches. And I said, listen, that's a deal. That's a deal breaker. There will be no dried up sticky. I was like, how old are we? Are we in preschool where we just stuck it underneath the table? Like, no, that is not happening. So that was one thing he did. And then his socks. Is this a guy thing? Like, do you have a huge sock collection?
I don't. I have like 4 pairs of socks that I wash. I wash
What?
whenever I need them. Okay, so my one of my things is I despise socks. I don't know what it is about socks. I'm just not a fan. I don't want to wear them. I don't want to use them. If you wear socks to sleep, then I don't know what is happening in your head. Why would you ever wear socks to sleep? Um, but yeah, I have like 4 pairs of socks. I really need to get more socks, to be honest. But that's besides the point.
Okay, so note that's very good to know that you need some socks. But see, maybe you can send Carl a little note saying, you know, he could just like calm it down on the
Calm it
sock
down.
section.
Like,
Like literally, I'll find socks everywhere, and I just told him like, enough now. I'm staging an intervention. If he can stage an intervention with my teacup collection,
I,
then I
I
feel like I could do the same with him with his sock collection.
I think my mug collection is getting out of hand. As some people in chat may know, I consume coffee at an unhumanly rate.
How many? Now I know this of you. How many are you at a day?
I probably drink. I'm actually doing better than I used to. Instead of like 4 cups a day, it's down to like 2 cups a day, which is
Oh, that's good.
much better.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good. 2 cups
uh,
is all.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not totally inhuman. Um, but I have a rather I will buy a mug pretty much everywhere I go because mugs are awesome and they're useful.
Right.
And also we don't use like glasses anymore, like
Mhm.
actual like glasses for water or drinks or whatnot after a small incident I had with washing dishes. Um, that's besides the point. Long story short, glass broke in my hand, got a cut, had to go to the hospital, stitches,
Oh,
whatnot. But so since then we've just used mugs for just about everything, which is amusing.
okay, so that's good to know too. So, like, preferably to get you silicone glasses then.
Yeah,
There's not
yeah.
glasses. This is all very good for me to know,
Maybe
Jared.
not actual glass. My track
No,
record with
but
this
like
so far,
silicone.
yeah, my track record with it right now is not so great.
Yeah. Okay, duly noted. I
Uh,
just feel, but I agree with the mug collection because I feel like when I see a very pretty teacup, and everyone who's watching now who knows me knows that I'm such a sucker for a pretty teacup. So if it makes me smile and makes me really excited, then I'm gonna get the teacup. I'm just going to. It just makes me happy every time I look at it.
Of
It's.
course.
But Carl nonetheless has said no more. So I'm like, okay, fine, fine. I'll just strike some sort of sock deal stroke teacup thing.
I feel like the one, I guess this is a habit that both Jessica and I have. Well, but something I've noticed is we leave we drink a lot of we drink a lot of water, and so we just have
Which is
a
great. Yeah.
which is good. But we just have a water bottle graveyard spread across the entirety of the house. There's just water bottles spread from one end of the house to the other. Or one end of the apartment to the other. No matter where
Yeah.
you are, it's like, oh, here's a water bottle. Um,
I'm trying
we
to
always,
get the. What was that? Love?
we always get to recycling them at some point, but most of the time they're just kind of spread evenly across the house. We also use them to get the cats to stop fighting, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. So you have a collection of them. You know what could be
Yeah.
good, because I actually saw on set when I was last on set, which was a while ago.
Yes.
They have some of the crew guys had this water bottle,
Mhm.
and it actually lights up to remind you to drink water. It tells you. It
That
says,
is super nifty.
isn't that great?
That is
So it
nifty.
reminds you, because you know what it's like to be long hours on set, and
Mhm.
how you can easily forget to drink water, especially if you're in a very challenging costume. Didn't you find that? Like when I was wearing the Jasmine costumes on once, there would be moments where I'd be like, do I really want to drink loads of water? Because it would take me a hot minute to get out of this outfit. Um,
I remember there was this one episode where I had to film in a like scuba diving suit, like a big diving suit, like 1920s style diving suit. And
as
I
you
was
do.
like, I shouldn't drink water in this. This is gonna take me way too long to get out of. Probably best I just don't. Um, but yes, drinking water is important. Drink water. Don't forget.
Especially when you're gaming and streaming.
Yes, actually, I have. Thankfully, one of the people in my chat, Reese, who's actually in the chat right now, always reminds me to drink water. I have a little command that is exclamation point water, and it just yells at me to drink water, um, which is useful because I will forget.
Yeah. So besides, I mean, I know you've been so busy with gaming and streaming, and I know that you're doing a lot of also voiceover work. That's something that is a big passion of yours too.
Yes.
So it's like, because this is this new norm. I mean, how do you find creating a routine, like this new, finding some sort of routine in this new norm?
It's funny because okay, both Jessica and I have the worst sleeping schedule. Our sleeping habits are absolutely atrocious. Um, so we have a kind of adapted our schedule around how terrible our sleeping habits are. So wake up we wake up at like I'm gonna say anywhere between in our new normal. We've found we wake up anywhere between like 3:30 and 5 on any given day.
What, in the afternoon?
In the afternoon,
Oh, wow. Okay.
we go get food, and then I settle in to start streaming at like 7,
Yeah.
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come watch. No, I'm kidding. Self plug. And then I stream for about 8 hours. So I stream until three in the morning.
Wow. Okay.
And then Jessica and I spend our time together after that. So we're up until like the sun comes up, and then we go to sleep. And that has become our new normal, and it works for us. I mean, it may not work for most people, but it works for us.
But when you're streaming, I imagine that you're also in touch with a lot of international people, right?
Yeah, which is
Gamers that have logged on from.
yeah, it's part of the reason I decided to stream at such a I'd say weird time because you get night owls that live in the stateside, and then you also get you get I get to say good morning to people in Europe, which is fantastic, and it's so cool seeing new faces from around the world pop in,
I'll bet.
just to get to chat and talk about life and whatnot.
Yeah. And I know with this pandemic, it doesn't help. There's so many of us that have expressed this restlessness. And
Yeah.
at the same time, finding difficulty in trying to fall asleep. I mean, especially I find for people like you and I, being on set for so many years, we're not used to having a set schedule. There's no routine. It's
Yeah.
always constantly changing. And our challenge is that, and for those of you who don't know, so when Jared and I, with our schedules, filming schedules, you have different start times each day, and you have different finish times each day. So it kind of rolls over. So you're never going to sleep at a set time. And that's a big challenge I find, with us and acting. Whilst we're so grateful to be doing what we love, it's the sleep patterns that can be quite challenging. So I've kind of trained my mind to just tell my brain, because it has everything to do with our minds and trying to shut
Yeah.
off. I just tell myself, okay, this is when you're going to bed, just sleep. Even if it means sleeping, sometimes if we finish filming at like 7, 8 in the morning, we have to go to bed. I usually need an hour to then, when I kind
I
of get back home, to
fine.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
decompress. And then I'm like, okay, now it's time to go to sleep. And you're going to sleep for like at least 7, 8 hours. And I don't even think that it's afternoon. I close the curtains to get so much done, or I wear one of those eye patches. I find that there's a Calm app as well. I play those rain
Yeah.
sounds and everything. Anything that will just help my mind just shut off, so that
Jeff,
I can fall asleep. And that's what I'm sort of trying to brainwash my mind with that, because I can imagine otherwise, it's really difficult to fall asleep. And I think not knowing what tomorrow is going to bring, I just find I'm sleeping so much heavier. And I never was a heavy sleeper. I like,
yeah.
I could hear a pin drop. So, but now it's like, no, strike a band and I won't wake up.
It's funny. I've become much more of a light sleeper. I used to be a super heavy sleeper. Like a bomb could go off and I wouldn't wake up. But
Yeah.
now I'm so used to living. Since we moved in together, if I hear the cats do anything, like anything at all, whether it's knock something over or try and destroy something or get in a fight, I'm up. Just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what are the cats doing?
Yeah.
And both Jessica and I are the same with that now. It's like whenever the cats are trying to do anything, we're just up.
Yeah.
Um, I always
Meditate.
like it, but with the film industry and things being kind of crazy and scheduling being different, I always like to call it planned chaos. It's planned chaos. You
That's a
have a
good
plan.
term.
There's generally an example, and there's different times that you're starting, but I mean, there's a schedule. It's just chaotic. Uh,
But it's
yeah.
fun. It's fun chaos, right?
It's fun chaos. It is definitely fun chaos.
It is
And
so much fun
I
on set.
I find I've been talking about this more, and I've been talking about it a lot, especially since quarantine, and I've heard so many people talking about it and whatnot. I've been thinking a lot about like filming the show and if there was any chance of a reunion or whatnot, how amazing and wonderful it'd be to see everyone again. Because I don't really miss the I don't I've thought about it a lot lately. I don't really miss the acting.
Hmm.
I miss the people. Like I miss being on set and working with the cast and the crew and seeing everybody and filming scenes and hanging out and just chatting about life and the world, and that is what I miss the most. And I've thought about that a lot lately, and it's like I don't miss the take after take after take of the same scene, but I do at the same time. Um, I just miss the people. I really miss the people. I miss my family because I grew up on set. So
Hmm.
the cast and the crew are my extended family essentially, and it's like it's so wonderful and lovely to get the chance to chat with you and catch up with you. And I'm always thinking about everybody and hoping they're well and hoping they're taking care of themselves and their families with everything going on in the world right now. And yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way, love. I feel, you know, I ache so much, you know, for our adventures that we've had, like, gosh,
Yeah.
since the show, and then also going on the convention route. You know, it's been so lovely to see Jessica, her mum, or to see your dad.
Yeah.
I feel like with your dad, your wonderful dad, we've had so many fun adventures. It feels like yesterday that we were at that Bavarian restaurant and we're standing. Remember, I dragged you up on the benches and we were dancing to Bon
Oh my God.
So the
I,
guy
I
posted up on Twitter yesterday and I was laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, that was like what, a year ago or something?
I
It wasn't
think
that
it was
long ago.
it was two. I think it was 2 years ago.
Yes,
Just
right before Denver, I think.
yeah, it was in I
Yeah.
think it was Denver, Creation Denver, like 2 years ago, which is absolutely absurd. It's crazy to think about that. Like just try and conceive that.
Yeah. I miss it. And I miss seeing you on stage doing your choreographed dancing. I hope
uh,
you're still
I mean,
keeping up with
I
that
mean,
because when we do come back, Jared, we've got to see you busting out those moves.
yeah, busting out my moves on stage. Hopefully, I honestly hope that once it's safe to do conventions again, once we find a new normal for convention life, I hope the Creation does another one. I really do because they've got the chance to do the online conventions, which has
Mhm.
been super amazing and wonderful. And it's nice. It's still a way to connect with people and connect with fans during the pandemic. But I miss getting to hang out with everybody. It's
Um,
definitely a lot of fun. Karaoke
oh,
and
yeah.
uh,
What's
and
your
fun.
go-to karaoke song, by the way?
I don't really have one. Jessica and I last time sung "I See the Light" from Tangled, which was a lot
Oh,
of fun.
yeah.
And we Tangled is kind of like a lot of people ask, like, or some people have asked, like, what is your movie, like, when it comes, like they said all couples have a movie, and I was
Mhm.
like, well, I guess our movie is Tangled. So I love Tangled. I love all the music from it. I love it.
Yeah. I wonder what. Oh, see, this one I wish what Carl would say. He'd probably pick something completely opposite from me. I would go like into like the I don't know. I love romance. So
Oh
I
God.
love I was
Oh,
just watching
man.
Notting Hill and Love Actually the other day.
Oh, Love
And
Actually is beautiful. I love that film.
it's so uplifting and just magical and I love that. But I'm sure Carl would then, you know, go completely opposite and say our relationship is, as a joke, he'd probably say it's The Walking Dead or something. Or Fear the Walking Dead, he'd say. But that's such a good question about what if you were to sum up your relationship in a movie, what would it be? So I have to do some thinking.
It's funny. I always have people ask me that. Like, not always, but like that's a thing I've heard. Like couples have a song or a movie, and I'm like, whoa, that's I guess it's true in a sense. Like, I guess it does kind of work that way. Like,
Yeah. Well,
um,
even with our wedding, when we got married, we were trying to pick a song for our wedding dance. And you know, Carl, he's such a joker. He doesn't like anything too formal. He just wants something very relaxed and fun and silly. So, and my dad actually is the same way. I mean, trying to get my dad to dance is something else. So I was looking up songs. I literally typed in Google, you know, choosing a song for the dad that doesn't like to dance or
oh,
doesn't dance. And found Bobby McFerrin's song "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and that is absolutely it was so perfect because that's exactly what my father he just embodies everything about that song. So I thought that was so perfect, and we had such a laugh dancing together. I mean, just thinking about it just makes makes me well up, because it was just such a wonderful moment with my dad and I. But Carl and I, we were trying to go through so many songs of something that was fun, but we ended up going with the Beyonce song, "Love on Top." We really like that one, so that's our song that we do that. So now every time we hear it on the radio, we just kind of stop and we do some silly dancing wherever we are. We could be in the car, we could be like wherever in the backyard or wherever, and yeah, we'll do a silly dance. I think that's so important in relationships, marriages, you know, that you have fun together, that you can
Oh
do
yeah.
things. Like Carl and I will just literally, we'll have a dance off. No one's watching. We'll just Milo, who's probably looking at us horrifically, saying, "What is happening?" And we'll just play some music. We've been doing that a lot during this pandemic, and we'll just dance. And Carl will do his really cheesy moves, which is quite scary, but it's quite funny. And I just think it just kind of takes that weight off your shoulders.
Yeah. Definitely. Jessica and I have our own language, which is fun. We always are talking in gibberish, and we understand what each other mean. But then I can only imagine how her family is looking at us, just like, what are they saying? Um, and it's funny. We're always able to kind of like with that. We just have so much fun, kind of going on gibberish rants and
Gibberish.
gibberish rants. No one else understands us, but but we're able to translate each other. So sometimes we'll just like look at each other, and Jessica will be like Starbuck, and I'll be like Starbuck, and then Jessica's mom is like, wait, what? And I was like, we want Starbucks, please.
Yeah. You'll just say that kind of reminds me of my sister and I growing up. We didn't realize it until our friends pointed out that we never spoke incomplete sentences.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, "Do you want a cup of tea?" we would always say, and to this day we're still like that. We'd be like, "Oh, want tea?"
Yeah.
That's it. We'd never like do a full sentence. But
you cut out the middle words. You get to the important words. You just like that's want tea. It's simple.
Get
You
straight to
want
the
tea.
point. Well, speaking of getting straight to the point too, you have many fans, adoring fans who have sent in a lot of questions for you.
Right.
So I
Okay.
thought we could go through some of them. If you're up for a little bit of a Q&A.
Yes, of course. Throw it at me.
At Jen Mofan asks, how would Henry be handling this whole pandemic?
I imagine Henry would be doing something very similar to me, and he'd spend half of his time playing video games and the other half of his time just writing. He'd just like haul up in his or in whichever house he is in at the time, and he'd just sit in his room and he'd be like, what crazy adventure can I write about now, or what video game can I play now? And funnily enough, I think because there are so many Henrys, and I imagine the Henrys are spending time together, because there's older Henry, there's Wish Henry, and then there's younger Henry.
Yeah.
So I feel like Wish Henry and younger Henry would just kind of be chilling together throughout the entirety of the quarantine, just hanging out, like keeping each other company, playing video games together, getting to know one another. One's evil, one's not. They're kind of like they're like the dynamic duo of an anime, but that's besides the point.
And they'd be like comparing notes.
Yeah, they'd be comparing notes.
I like this. I forgot. Yeah, in different realms. But would each of the Henrys in the different realms be experiencing a pandemic?
Who knows?
Or is
Maybe.
one more in the future, one's in the past, one's in the present?
Yeah, who knows? Because I mean, at the end of the show, like all the realms were combined, or not combined, but are now all ruled by Regina. So I honestly don't know. I just know for sure at the coronation there was like 4 Henrys, which is really weird to think about. You only saw 2 of them, but there was more.
That's something that's multitasking on a whole other level.
Multitasking on a whole other level. they can all just be like, whenever one gets bored of authoring, they can just be like, hey, older Henry, could you help me out a little bit? Just like deal with the rest of this.
Yeah, love that. At 2003 underscore Megan dot M, Jared, how did it feel growing up on set?
Growing up on set was amazing, and it was a experience that I would never ever change. I it had its ups and downs. I had my struggles, and I'm very open about that. I suffered with anxiety and depression and a lot of other mental health issues over the course of the show. But growing up on set made me the person I am today, and the support I got from the cast and crew, the things I learned, are really what helped me get through it. And I couldn't be more grateful. Growing up on set was such an incredible experience. Like I said, I am the person I am today thanks to you and the rest of the cast and the crew. You guys, you're my family, and that's something
You
that's never
can't get rid of us now. You know
yeah,
that, right?
that's something that is
We're
never
done
ever
together.
going to change. Because the things I learned about life and acting and the world and my views, my moral code and all that stuff it was the basis of that was formed on set, and it was amazing because I feel like I'm a better person, a better actor, a better just I feel like I in a sense took a lot of the lessons from the show and kind of have tried adapting them into my own life and trying to learn from the character I played and the characters everybody else played, which is fantastic and wonderful and like I said, amazing, and it's something that I would never change for the world. I've had some people ask, like, Jared, would you have rather like gone to actual high school or like would you rather have had a normal childhood sort of thing? And the more I think about it, no, not at all. I wouldn't change my experience for anything.
And you know, you talked about, and it's so admirable and wonderful and courageous of you to also be very open in talking about mental well-being, emotional well-being. That's something that I champion and talk about all the time in all my Tea with Karens, especially during these challenging times that we're all facing. None of us have been through a pandemic before. It's really tough on a lot of people. What would you what would your advice be to especially young people like you who are experiencing anxiety or depression?
Right now, open up. Like it's so important to be open and talk about it and get it out there, get it off your chest. Don't hold it in because that is something I did for a very long time, and it tore me apart. Talking to people, talking to your family, to your friends, talking to people that love you, making new friends, making new connections, um, just opening up is so very important. And not only that, but um, right now with everything going on in the world, it's important to look to the people you love and make sure that they're okay. And sometimes for me, um, find especially right now, find something you love doing. Find a hobby. Find for me, it's gaming. For Jessica, it's art. Just find something that you love, and if things get tough, think about your loved ones. Think about your hobbies, and just take a break for a minute and forget about everything happening and escape for a little while because that is so incredibly important right now because everything going on can be a lot and it can be hard. I know for me, when my anxiety was at the worst years back, my biggest fear is that I was going to catch some kind of virus or disease and just just not make it. That was my biggest fear. My hypochondria was I was hypochondriac to the extreme. I kind of just sit in the corner of my bedroom and curl up in a ball and not do anything. Wash my hands every 20 minutes, or I'd have a panic attack. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of it's funny that we're in a pandemic now, and and that is actually a possibility. My biggest fear was or is a possibility, and it's really just important to breathe, take things one day at a time, and seek comfort in the ones that you love, and
know that you're not alone.
Know that you're not alone. Yeah, 100%. And be yourself. Something the more I've had a lot of time to think about it lately, because I mean, in this time, we are blessed with having more time than usual to just be able to think and reflect and look back. And I really looked back on the time I've spent, the time in my life, and I've thought back to times where I tried to be someone I wasn't, times where I forced myself to be someone I didn't want to be because I thought that was cool, because I thought that's what people wanted to see. But that's not what people want to see, and you just have to be yourself. Mm-hmm. Believe in who you are, believe in yourself, believe that you can do anything. Be confident, be courageous, and if you have a dream, it'll come true. You just have to work for it. You have to believe in yourself. Anything is possible, and if someone doesn't like you for yourself, for who you are, then they're at fault, because you're amazing and wonderful and fantastic just the way you are. Everybody in chat, believe that you're amazing and wonderful and fantastic, and if someone doesn't accept you for who you are, then they can sod off, because you're amazing, wonderful, and thank you so much for being you, everybody.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Gilmore. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And I think it's so important, you know, especially coming from someone like you. I hope, you know, all the other young adults out there to
yes.
listen to your words and adhere to it. No one's perfect. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I believe I've striven for perfection for a long time. I'm a perfectionist.
Because you care, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and nobody is perfect, and mm-hmm. nothing can ever be perfect. And there's some things in life that you kind of just have to take when an opportunity is handed to you. Or given to you. You can't, nothing's ever going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to have to make opportunities for yourself. And sometimes an opportunity may fall in front of your face, and it may not be in the perfect scenario. It may not have come in the perfect way, but it is what is meant to happen. I've always said everything happens for a reason, even if you don't see it at first. And I've always said that, but never truly believed in it.
Yeah.
I've always said it, but it's so amazing and interesting how I have found how true that statement is. So if you are suffering right now, if you're struggling with anxiety and depression and the weight of the world, just know that everything is happening for a reason, and things are going to get better. Things happen for a reason, even if you don't see it at first. I know all of this seems so. Everything going on seems so. I don't know what word to find, but I know everything.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, overwhelming. I know everything seems overbearing and hard and difficult. But believe in yourself.
Yeah. Find the light. Find the light. That's what my dad always says. Find the light.
Yeah.
You know, it's that it's. I think what you spoke about earlier. It is hitting that reset button. And taking those deep breaths and say, okay, I'm human. Everything I'm feeling is valid. And I understand why I'm feeling this way. You know, I talk to myself all the time. I'm like, okay, deep breaths. We know what's going on. This is happening because of this, and this. So how do I want to react to this? I
Yeah.
have a choice, because you do, and I say that to everyone here, that we always have a choice on how we react to anything that happens. But I just remember my dad's voice always saying, find the
Yeah.
light.
And
And
right now,
yeah.
in this time, it's so important to just live every day to the fullest.
Mm,
It is so important to do that. Even if you are,
that.
yeah, even if you are, even if we're locked inside together, and we have to live every day to the fullest.
Yeah, yeah. There's ways to be creative and to, like you said, find those things that bring you joy,
Yeah.
and that make your heart and your soul smile. Um, this is a time that we've been given, and it's an opportunity to reflect and to think about things moving forward. But I just love everything you said. You said it perfectly. Perfectly. Ha! That was perfect, the answer you gave. At Davina Ax. Wait, Davinax. That's it. At Davinax underscore. What has been your favorite game to play during quarantine?
I've played many games over the course of quarantine, but currently I'm playing a game called Valorant. It is a lot of fun, and I play it every night on stream. And it can be it can it can be stressful, and I can get a little bit upset, but it is a lot of fun, and I have a blast, and it is something that if you would like to come watch me play, anyone in chat is welcome to. I stream every night from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. So
Okay, that's good to know. And we'll repost whatever
yeah.
you post about that too. Um, at Karen David underscore fan page. Love you. Uh, do you believe in magic?
I do believe in magic. Maybe not. I believe in magic in several different senses. I believe in magic, as in magic, but I believe in that magic in our world, that magic in life is as hopelessly romantic as this is gonna sound. Love is magic. So of course I'm gonna believe in magic because love exists. Love is something that is so prevalent and so important in times like these, and love truly is magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe in magic too. I believe in the magic in human beings. And I think that's what keeps me going, knowing that through these difficult and challenging times, and I know a lot of people who are watching now have either gone back to work or are still quarantining. Some of you have gone to school, back to school or uni, and trying to navigate through this new norm. Um, what gives me hope is just knowing that all in all, there's such good humans out there, and in our community as well, and that creates a lot of magic,
Yeah.
magical things to happen. Uh, yesterday was some big news. I think for women and women of color, with Kamala Harris, being the first black woman and first Indian woman to be selected as a VP candidate. And whatever your politics are aside, just that moment in
That
itself is
yeah,
just so
that is so
big.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. I got so teary because and I was so thrilled and so excited for our black brothers and sisters, and for my fellow Indian brothers and sisters, to see this monumental moment happen. Um, Gosh, I mean, especially as a brown woman, to see that, to see Kamala being chosen as VP. Uh,
It's
just
incredible.
it just, that was the light. That was the
Yeah.
light for many of us yesterday, was to know that any young girl watching now, with your parents, if you're
Mhm.
watching this now, you truly can be anything that you want to be.
You could do anything.
Yeah,
Like I said earlier, just believe in yourself. And
yeah. And also, it's so important to know that your dreams don't stop at a certain
Oh
age.
yeah, of course.
It's so important to celebrate whatever age you are, because it's never too late. We've seen so many amazing examples of stellar human beings out there who have done amazing achievements at 67 or 76 or 82 or 90s. We've seen so many of that through the work they've done through charity and for example, but there's just so much that don't limit yourself to this time frame. Don't think that your expiration date, you know
There's so much time.
yeah.
You have time. That's something that always gets to me, something that always caused me to panic. That was one of my triggers, is I always thought that I didn't have enough time. I always like there's a deadline as to when I can be successful or when I can do something, but like your life is just starting. There's always time to strive for more, to go for more, to dream for more. Like it doesn't just, there's no point where it just stops. You are never past your prime. Like just keep going.
But it's so funny that you mentioned that, because I can relate to that. Like when I remember being in secondary school and high school, and I felt this pressure. I think it's the pressure that we put on
Yeah.
ourselves. And look, it's tough. It's tough growing up in today's
Oh, it's hard.
day and
Yeah.
age. I feel like it was so much easier when I was growing up. In a lot of respects, we didn't. I think social media was just starting, so that whole comparative culture wasn't there.
Yeah.
It wasn't so in your face. But I just also feel that it's a really challenging time. There's more pressure being put on so many kids at school, and the expectations, and it's really really tough. That's why I think it's so important to remember that as long as you give your best and you do the work, you do the hard work, you give it your best shot, that's all you can ask of yourselves, because that is the achievement there,
Definitely.
by the
Mhm.
effort that you put, the care, the attention to detail, everything that you put and worked hard towards. That is something to be celebrated. And we often forget that. I always felt like if I didn't have a record deal by the time I was 16, I was a complete failure, because you're seeing all these teen stars, all these girl bands, boy bands, or pop stars, teen stars doing so well at the age of
Yeah.
16, 18, that I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a complete failure. But then it's life experience. It's learning
Yeah.
that everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own adventure and their own time map drawn out. And
Yeah,
like you
exactly.
said, everything happens for a reason, as and when. And that's
Yeah.
the beauty of life, that you
Mhm.
kind of navigate through life, and things are going to come, pleasant surprises that you never expected. There's going to be
Exactly.
twists and turns, but as long as you've got your support group, in our case, our
Yeah.
family, our good friends, just surround yourself with good people, because
Mhm.
those good people that are going to continue to champion you and elevate you and tell you and remind you, hey, you're okay, you're great, you're special, you're amazing, you can
Fantastic.
do this,
Yeah.
you know?
It's so funny.
Um,
I started watching just last week. I was talking to, so I have a coach that has been teaching me about video games and getting better at games and whatnot. And he was like, Jared, you got to start watching motivational speeches on YouTube. And I was like, okay.
mhm.
So while I'm doing my practice, while I'm while I'm doing my video game training, I listen to motivational speeches on YouTube, and it is actually incredible how much it actually changed my perspective and my point of view on the world and life and everything. Um, it's amazing how much good it can do you to just have someone you have no idea who they are aside from the fact that they're a motivational speaker tell you to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
It's incredible and amazing. And
Do you have any favorites of yours that you can recommend?
I a video, I believe it was I believe it was done by uh, there's this YouTube channel. I don't have a specific speech, but I watched. There's this YouTube channel called Motiversity like
Mhm.
motivation combined with
I love
university.
that. Yeah.
And it was I was like, oh my god, every video they make is just so I don't know, it's inspirational. Like it's
Makes
I
you
don't know
feel
what it is,
good.
but it really helps.
Yeah. That's actually I love that tip that watch a motivational video just before you're about to do an activity or something. That's
Yeah,
really good. I never.
and it kind of helps. It helps. For some reason, it helps cement like it in my muscle memory or like my memory. Like if I'm listening to if I'm because a lot of gaming, a lot of getting better at gaming is muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's those small reactions that you train into your body.
That seep into your subconscious.
Yeah, exactly. So it becomes second nature to do it. Like when you see something on the screen, you don't think about it. Like it's second nature to go, oh, I need to do this sort of thing. And it's so funny how watching these motivational videos helps things seep into to your muscle memory and like keep it stuck
Mhm.
in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I guess my motivational videos that I've been watching has been from everything from doing meditation,
Yeah.
which I have improved on so much because before I'd be lucky if I could meditate for a minute, and now I've kind of worked up to 10 minutes, which is really great for me. I'm like, wow, this is great. And then I do a bit of yoga, or I watch my Deepak Chopra videos. The Oprah channel has so many wonderful videos and talks with different motivational speakers. So yeah, I kind of it does feel good because
Yeah.
when you're listening to 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 the words and often we know these things, but it's just so good to be reminded
Yeah.
of finding those ways that will hit the reset button to just
Oh, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
it's so great. I love this. I can't believe an hour has already flown by.
I know it's so wonderful to just catch up and talk and chat.
Yeah. I know, and I was so wanting to hear so much about game. Like now, I literally want to grab Carl and just go play a video game, like right now. Like I'm just so excited, and now I feel like this has been our motivational chat, and I'm like, yeah, I can
Yeah,
take on
it's
the
funny.
world.
It, it's funny right now with gaming, whether you're playing a multiplayer game with your friends or whether you're playing a single player story driven game. It's so much fun to just escape into a different world for a little while. And there's so many games out there that is just are so rich and have such amazing deep stories that you can kind of just dive into. That it's a break. It's a nice escape right now, and that is amazing and wonderful.
Well, I'm gonna have to tune in and just watch you do your thing. I absolutely enjoy watching Carl play a game, and I just sit back and watch because then I can take it all
Yeah.
in. So that must be thrilling. I'm gonna have to watch you kind of doing your thing. Just know that I got my pom poms and I'm cheering you on.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm doing, not the YMCA dance like we did when we were together, but kind of a
Raw dance. I don't know.
yeah, kind of,
Yeah.
whatever just sends loads of good energy your way so that you can just, win the game. That's all.
Mhm.
Will you please give your mom and dad a big, big, ginormous hug for me?
I shall. I most certainly will.
And love
Um,
to the family.
I think
And
they're coming up.
Paisley to Milo sends his love.
I shall. I will give Paisley pats, pitter pats,
um,
and
I will. We'll have to do this again. We'll have to catch up.
yes, we
Yeah.
most certainly shall. And I have a cat.
Bye, Lily. And is midnight near you?
Yes, midnight is near me. Oh
I'm
yes,
loving. I'm loving your
yes
office.
as well as well.
Hello. Hey. Good to
And
see you.
and midnight also
And
says
midnight.
bye.
Bye,
Slash shalom.
midnight. Well, we'll see you soon, love.
I shall see you
Thanks
soon.
so
We'll
much. Oh,
have
is there
most
anything? Is
do
there
this
anything
again.
you want to say to your adoring fans?
To any of the fans who have watched, thank you guys so much. You're amazing and wonderful and fantastic. And keep being yourselves. Keep being you. If you want to hang out and chat more, I stream every day on Twitch, and I'm sure there'll be links to that posted
Yeah.
elsewhere. Y'all are amazing and wonderful and fantastic, and I can't wait. I can't wait till we can chat again and have more fun.
All right, love. Well, see you soon. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you so
See you
much.
soon. Bye, love. Bye.